In this video, we would like to address the most frequently asked question about the solid line RX1xx camera housing, and that is, why is it so big compared to the previous generation of camera housing? Back in 2012, Sony has released their first RX100 camera, and about 2-3 months later, we have released a camera housing for this camera. In this camera housing, you can also use RX100 2, 3, 4 and 5 cameras. If you take a look at the camera and the camera housing, you can see that it's not that much bigger than the camera itself. This model was very popular and very reliable, very robust. Starting from Mark IV all the way to Mark VII Sony cameras, they implemented many new features, and Sony customers started to complain about overheating, which of course led to the same complaints when using the camera inside our old camera housing. Based on our experience and our customers' experience, we learned that on Mark IV and Mark V cameras, you have about 15 minutes of using the camera inside the housing, regardless of which mode you're using, because the camera will start overheating and shut off. And that is quite a short time for somebody who is doing scuba diving or doing surfing photography. That is why, after about 6 months of research and development, our engineers have come up with the ideal and right size of the camera housing, so that the camera will not overheat and allow the full potential of battery use. As you know, Sony has released their own camera housing, and as you can see here, both Sony and our camera housing are roughly the same size. That is, so the camera have a bit more breathing room. In conclusion, we strongly do not recommend using cameras RX100 Mark IV all the way through Mark VII in a small camera housing, because that will lead you to about 15 minutes of working time. So instead, we suggest using RX1xx solid line camera housing, so that your camera can work properly. In this case, the size does matter, so bigger is better.